Hi, it's Tegan. So a couple weeks ago I posted a video that was basically a reading vlog for the book An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green, and I really enjoyed doing it, and I thought that I could do another one because I've got another book that I'm really super excited to read, and that is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. Now, Adam Silvera is one of my favorite authors of all time. I have loved every single one of his books that I've read, and then Becky Albertalli, I have read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda and adored it. It was so good. So when this book was announced with both of them as co-authors, I was so excited, and it came out last week and I finally have my hands on it and I am so excited to read this. I've heard so many good things about it, so I thought I would take you guys along on the journey of me reading this book, and then like last time I would do a review at the end letting you guys know all of my thoughts about it. I'll see how much of it I can get done tonight because it is currently 7:40 p.m. so I should be able to get a little bit read tonight, and then I have tomorrow off of work, so I will be reading it tomorrow as well. I'm somebody who a lot of the time I like going into books without knowing much about it at all, because I feel like a lot of time that helps me to appreciate the book a lot more if I don't have any like predeceived notions about what the book's meant to be about. And so all that I really know about this is that it's a contemporary about a gay couple, and I've also heard that there's a few little Easter eggs from both Adam's and Becky's books, so I'm excited to keep an eye out for those as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Okay, I am only about 40 pages into this and I love it so much already. I love all of the characters. I just finished the second chapter, which is the end, because it's told from 2 points of views, and that's the end of the second character's first chapter, so both of the characters have had a chapter so far. I love both characters so much. Adam and Becky have done such a good job at portraying modern day teenagers. All of the Harry Potter references I am living for, because if you guys didn't know, I am like the biggest Harry Potter fan ever, and there has been so many Harry Potter references and I am loving it. It's just making the book a billion times better, and like all of the references to like Twitter and Instagram and shipping and all of that sort of stuff, I'm just loving it. I'm so excited for the next 400 pages of this book. Like I'm so happy right now. Okay, this is not a spoiler, but like this kid is dissing Ron. He's dissing Ron Weasley. How rude is that? Ron is like my favorite character. That's honestly just rude. Okay, so I am currently just under halfway through this. I'm on page 173, and oh my god, it is so... They've done it again. Adam and Becky have done it again. It has pulled me in. I am loving it so much. All of the characters are so cute and so relatable. They're doing a really great job at not rushing the storyline at all. The story is going at a really good pace. It is currently nearly midnight and I'm going to call it a night, but I am so excited to get back into this tomorrow. Like, I have not wanted to put this down since I picked it up. It's just one of those books that you just like need to keep reading because you need to know what happens next. And I have picked up on a couple of little Easter eggs from both Adam and Becky's books, and I'm loving it so much. And yeah, I'm so excited to jump back into this tomorrow and continue reading it. And yeah, I'm just so happy right now. But yeah, I will talk to you guys more tomorrow when I pick back up the book. Okay, so it is the next day and I have been reading some today. I have read about 150 more pages. So I'm on page 319, which means I've got about 100 pages left. And can I just say, this book is so good. I am so in love. Like, I've been meaning to film another part for about 30 minutes now, but every time I get to the end of the chapter, I'm like, oh, I should probably film something. I just can't because I need to read what's on the next page because so much is happening. I love all of the characters. I love the relationships. There's realistic drama going on, and it's just very, very good. And I'm not going to say much else without spoiling it. I'll get more into that in my review at the end of this video, but yeah, I'm loving it so much, and I'm gonna continue reading it and probably finish it because it's too good to not keep reading it. That was one of the cutest books I've ever read. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh my god. Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli did it again. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so happy right now. Alright, so I just finished What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, and I absolutely adored it. I'm always fairly nervous going into a book by authors that I already know and love because I'm always fairly nervous that I'm not gonna like it, but I had nothing to be nervous about. This book was incredible and beautiful and everything I could have hoped for. If you have watched to this point and you haven't read the book but you are thinking about picking it up, definitely do. It is so beautiful. It is so well written. It's told by two perspectives, but I never got confused between the two perspectives. I was never confused as to who I was reading from because all of the characters are very unique and have their own way of speaking and their own ways of doing things. Also, just the entire premise of this book, it's just a very cute and innocent story. A very brief synopsis that I can give you guys is that this book follows two boys by the names of Ben and Arthur. Ben lives in New York and Arthur is just visiting for the summer, and they both end up meeting in a post office one day, and they hit it off in the post office and they kind of both feel this instant love for each other, but neither of them get each other's contact information or even their full names, and so they end up going on a hunt to try and find each other. And it's a very, very cute book. It is a very good representation of LGBTQ plus relationships. These boys are gay and it was absolutely phenomenal. Both Adam and Becky have always done a really, really great job at working in LGBTQ plus representation into their books. That's one of the things that I really, really adore about their books, is that they do that really, really well, and that is a part of all of their books. This book got 5 out of 5 stars from me. It is a gorgeous, beautiful, cute, and just all-around incredible read, and I would definitely recommend it to all of you. The characters are incredible, the storyline's incredible, and honestly I feel like it's a book that anybody will enjoy and everybody should read. So yeah, if you haven't read the book, I would leave now because I am going to be talking about just a few little spoilery things that I want to bring up. But yes, this is now the portion of the video where I'm going to be talking about spoilery stuff. Just the relationship that formed between Ben and Arthur. It did not feel like it was super rushed, even though it did happen within the span of a couple of weeks. Like how their first date went really wrong, and so they decided to just keep redoing the first date. I found that really, really cute. Although in some aspects of it they did rush into it, which I mean they kind of had to do because this was a summer love. It was really well written in the way that it didn't feel like insta love. This isn't really a spoiler and it is something that I have mentioned earlier on in this video, but oh my god, all of the Harry Potter references throughout this book, I was living. They were so great. Just all of the incredible fandom references, the constant talk of using Instagram and Twitter and just all the social media, and it really felt like it was being told from the perspective of 16-17-year-olds. It did not feel old or for its time. There was definitely a lot of aspects in there that really went to show that Adam and Becky know what they're writing when they're writing young adult novels. I love the entire premise of this book and how they were talking about going onto Craigslist and trying to find each other through there. And I absolutely adored the little scavenger hunt thing that Ben had Arthur do at the end of the book. It was so cute, and oh, and just like the way that they said goodbye to each other at the end of this book, it had me nearly in tears. They shared such an incredible summer together and they made such incredible memories, and then they just had to say goodbye because he had to go. And honestly, I did like the way that this book ended with them not really staying together. I felt like that was more realistic than Arthur coming back to New York every summer to visit Ben. And like, they did stay friends and they stayed best friends and they still talked to each other a lot. They just weren't together anymore. And although I did love them together, they were such a cute couple, even though they did have some twists and turns there. Ben was just getting out of a relationship. He had literally 2 weeks prior broke up with somebody that he had been friends with for a very long time. So he was not really in a stable place to be in a new relationship. It makes sense that they wouldn't stay together long term, although they were very cute together and they did get along very well. Ben was not in the place for that to happen, and Arthur wasn't in the place to completely change his plans and decide to go to college in New York rather than where he really wanted to go. So although I would have loved for them to stay together, I felt like it was a very realistic thing that would have happened. I'm also very glad that nobody died in this book, because if you have read any of other Adam Silvera's books, there is a theme of death throughout them, and I was very nervous that Dylan was actually going to die when that thing with his heart happened. I was very nervous that he was not going to live, and he luckily did. And honestly, I love Dylan and Ben's friendship. They just clicked really well and they just like got along very well. I also really found it quite interesting how throughout the first bit of the book, Ben kept going on about how whenever Dylan would get into a relationship, he would kind of distance himself from Ben, and he would spend a lot less time with Ben because he was wanting to spend time with his new girlfriend. And then that's the same exact thing that happened with both Arthur and Ben. Once they got into the relationship together, they sort of distanced themselves from their friends during that first part of their relationship. And I just found that really interesting that that was something that Ben was like so against, and then that's something that ended up happening with him, which I really kind of like that aspect. It was sort of teaching Ben that like that is just something that happens. You want to be spending time with your significant other, especially in that first part of your relationship. And then just also the fact that throughout the first bit of the book, they were trying so hard to make everything perfect. They had what, like 5 first dates, and like Ben wanted Arthur's first kiss to be absolutely perfect. And then when it came to their first time together, Ben sort of just realized like, hey, nothing in our relationship so far has been perfect. Why does this have to be? I don't know. I just really like that. It just good character development. I think I'm going to end that there. I absolutely adored the book, as you guys probably could tell. It was such a cute book. I'm so happy that Adam and Becky decided to write together, because their writing styles honestly worked perfectly in this book. It could not have flowed better. Honestly, like them being 2 of my favorite authors working together on this book just made me so insanely happy. Thank you, Adam and Becky, for collaborating on this book and writing it, because I absolutely loved it. That is going to be about it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoy doing these little reading vlogs for books because I know that people do their like week-long reading vlogs, but I kind of just enjoy doing these like for the books that I'm reading, especially if I'm really excited about the book that I'm reading, rather than just doing a straight out review of the book, just vlogging my entire experience reading it, because that way I get all of my thoughts out about the book as I'm reading it as well. So yeah, I really enjoy doing these, so if you guys would like to see more, please let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought of What If It's Us. I would absolutely love to discuss the book with you guys, and you can hit the subscribe button down below if you would like to be notified when I post a new video. And yeah, that's gonna be about it from me today. I'm Tegan, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!